Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Father Corapi making headlines. After being put on administrative leave, Father John Corapi says he is now going to form his own media domain to continue preaching the gospel. Father Corapi, well known for his EWTN media ministry, has been relieved of clerical duties. Speculation is that a former female employee accused him of being a drug addict and claimed that she had a physical relationship with him. Father Corapi flatly denies all these accusations. This past weekend, Corapi heavily criticized the way bishops are handling his case and says, quote, "I shall continue, black sheep that I am, to speak, and sheepdog that I am, to guard the sheep, this time not just in the church, but also in the entire world," end quote. You can read his full statement on our resource page by clicking on the link right over here. Stolen relic recovered. What was thought to be a lost cause is not so lost. Now that the police have safely returned a relic of St. Anthony of Padua, stolen last week, to the parish that owns it. The crime took place in Long Beach, California, on St. Anthony's feast day, last week before morning mass. Police found the relic by tracing culprit Maria Solis back to her home after they spotted her on security camera, leaving the church on the day the crime took place. They obtained her description from parishioners who noticed her unusual interest in the artifact and found it displayed in her living room about a mile from the church. Solis is still being questioned by police, who have yet to find a motive for the crime. Christians converge on Arab Festival. Protesters calling themselves Christians descended upon the International Arab Festival in Dearborn, Michigan, this past weekend, after a crowd of angry Muslims blocked controversial pastor Terry Jones from speaking. The crowd that removed Jones was violent, and police blockades were brought in to separate the Christian protesters from the Muslims. One group of these Christian missionaries, who call themselves the Bible Believers, yelled insults at Muslims and Catholics alike, holding up signs that said, quote, "No Catholics go to heaven," and calling them idolaters, Bible rejectors, and worshipers of wafer God. Dearborn has the largest Muslim community in the United States, and its annual Arab festival has gotten a lot of attention since 4 Christians were arrested at the festival last year. Those 4, by the way, sued for false arrest and were vindicated in court. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
Abortion complication cover-ups. Abortion mills in Illinois are not reporting accurately on surgical complications, according to an article in the Chicago Tribune. The paper says that in 2009, nearly 4,000 reports of dangerous incidents resulting from abortions were missing essential information required by law and may have even neglected to file reports for as many as 7,000 abortions. Not only are these dangerous incidents shoddily recorded, but the Illinois Health Department has not prosecuted one abortion provider for his irresponsibility, while regulators only collect reports from 26 out of the 37 abortuaries in the state. Improperly recorded encounters include cardiac arrest, shock, seizures, and hemorrhaging, among others. I strongly suggest reading the Chicago Tribune's article found on our resource page by clicking on the link right outside the screen. Catholic marriage rate dwindling. Since the U.S. Catholic population has grown over the last generation, considerably fewer Catholics are getting married in the church. The Our Sunday Visitor newspaper says the number of marriages celebrated in the Catholic Church has fallen a whopping 60% since the last generation. The study also shows that since 1972, the percentage of Catholics getting married at all has dropped from 79% to a mere 53%. Some are calling this another fidelity crisis and say that the situation will not even begin to be remedied until it is recognized as such. You can take a more in-depth look at the study on our resource page by clicking on the link right over here. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure to check out The Vortex today, where Michael recounts an encounter with a senator while on the road this past weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tell all your friends about us, and as always, God bless you.